And if I was the type to abort, they say. Thanks so much for that feedback and indeed all your feedback. We really appreciate it. Right, farmers' markets are becoming a popular Sunday morning ritual for many of us throughout the country. The markets give us the chance to buy the fresh, locally grown produce at a good price and chat to our neighbours at the same time, and the growers too. Well, one grower in Marlborough would really like to sell his asparagus at the local market, but he's been banned. The market chairman, Chris Fortune, who's also a chef, says his product isn't up to scratch. The grower says Chris Fortune is treating the market as his own and has been behaving like hot-headed chef Gordon Ramsey. Clayton Anderson with the story.
This is all Jamie Arbuckle is able to do at the Marlborough Farmers Market, browse and buy. He wants to sell his asparagus, but he's not allowed to, and he blames one man, Chris Fortune.
He's very blunt with people. He doesn't see other people's views. He only sees his own opinion. He would be one of the most difficult people I've ever met to deal with, and to see a chef on TV, as they do, like Gordon Ramsey, shouting, swearing, being the boss, that is Chris Fortune.
Chris is a chef. He won New Zealand's own version of Hell's Kitchen in 2003, and he's also the Marlborough Farmers Market chairperson. The committee he chairs has declined Jamie's application for a stall 2 years in a row.
Basically based on his past performance, and that was due to selling of products that weren't up to acceptable standard by our customers, and we had heaps of complaints about that. We also have genuine concerns about the authenticity and the transparency of that producer.
For 6 years, Jamie had a stall at the market selling fruit and vegetables. He says he had a few complaints himself, but says there's no evidence of any others.
The farmers' markets never come to us with evidence of those complaints, and so I honestly believe they're fictitious.
Our farmers' market's all about authenticity, it's about transparency. Every single one of our food producers stands behind their product and guarantees that they're involved in production. We have some serious doubts about this application.
But it's not just people like Jamie who are wanting a stall that are being critical. There's grumblings within the market too. Campbell Live spoke to stall holders who had concerns with the way that the Marlborough Farmers Markets run, but none of them wanted to appear on camera. Some of the complaints were not enough variety and that the market was too upmarket. Some also question why Chris Fortune's wife Tina was paid $17,000 last year as market manager, especially when the market made a $6,000 loss.
The Marlborough's farmers market today is nearly insolvent. There's hardly any money left in the bank. Last year there was over $50,000 worth of wages paid out.
Is it justifiable then to pay your wife $17,000?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the rest of the market. You know, our stallholders, is the manager's position worth that? I don't personally pay my wife that. Our committee employs my wife as the market manager, and that's her role, and over the years we've had 3 different managers.
The Marlborough market is one of 42 around the country. It was the second farmers market to start. It's been running for 9 years. If you want to sell there, you have to have produced the food yourself and grown it locally.
So, I'm sorry, we don't have any pineapples here today, no bananas, no coconuts, but I tell you what we do have. We have the best strawberries that have just come into season. We have fantastic premium game wild meats. We have fantastic Sherrington cheese and a whole lot of other free-range eggs, herbs, olive oil. That's what Marlborough's good at.
But Jamie says there's not enough variety. He says he's the only commercial asparagus grower in Marlborough, but still can't sell at the market. And he says he's not the only one who's missing out.
I believe there's too many stalls being denied access to our market. For instance, when we have 5 or 6 cherry growers wishing to come to the Marlborough's Farmers Market, Chris gets to choose, and he chooses 1 or 2 growers.
Jamie wants to start up his own market and do it his way. But the current market and the way it's run has the approval of some.
I think it's a compliment. I love Gordon Ramsey too. Chris is a strong leader, which we need, and we have to abide by the farmers market rules.
I'm flattered that they think that maybe I'm like Gordon Ramsey in the sense of my cooking ability, in terms of I don't personally agree with yelling and screaming at people. I have fantastic staff, and I run different businesses. Marlborough Farmers Market is one part of those food businesses, and to my critics I say come along to the farmers market, talk to our local food producers and get the real story.